So hey guys, welcome to an absolutely beautiful day on the Saskatchewan prairies. I'm just out in my garden today and I'm so happy because I'm getting a lot of things done. I got my onions planted, I'm getting ready to do my carrots, my potatoes. Everything is going great. Tomorrow they are forecasting a high of 28 degrees Celsius, so it's going to get super hot. But then guess what? We are in for another Saskatchewan spring storm. It's just so hard to believe that it can get so hot and then all of a sudden everything's just going to turn around. We're going to get below freezing temperatures at night. We're going to get super high winds. We're going to be getting maybe some more snow. Hopefully it's going to be just rain. So this is just another reason why we don't just follow the calendar, we follow the temperatures and the forecasts. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through my garden, show you some of the things that I've got started, how I'm going to protect them from the winds and from the colds, and how I'm going to keep all those tender annuals happy until it's safe to bring them out into my garden. So this is one of my GroBox garden beds that I purchased last spring. My husband and I set it up, filling the bottom with twigs and logs and leaves and all sorts of material to try to fill it up, and then topped it up with aged manure. And of course it's settled quite a bit since last year, so I'm just waiting for my dear hubby to show up with a truck this evening with another load of aged manure. We are going to fill this up again, and then this is where my potatoes are going to go. So those may go in before this weekend. If not, I'm not in a panic. I did plant some peas along the edge here, and using these free mini seedling tunnels that came with my GroBox purchase to cover them up, keep them protected from the cold. Today, obviously, they do not need that protection, but this will be something that I will probably put back on to my peas this weekend when the temperatures drop again. So if you're interested in checking out GroBox Garden Beds, I'll leave the link below. They are doing a spring promo here where you can get these 3 mini seedling tunnels to use in your garden, free with any purchase. Just check that out in the link in the description box below. So here are my onions that I put in just a couple days ago, and these are something that I am concerned about with the wind and the frost, even though onions are cool tolerant, but they're just starting to get their roots into the ground here and getting themselves kind of in place. So what I plan to do here is use some of these. I got these from Dollarama with the plastic cover. This is kind of like a tunnel system that you can set up, and what I'll be doing is just placing these in the tubs. I got some row cover frost cloth that I'm going to spread over top of these probably before the high winds start tomorrow night or whenever they're saying they're coming. And also that will protect it from the cold, but again, we have high winds coming, so any kind of cover that you are going to be putting on something, just make it sure it's secured. They're saying the wind's going to be gusting up to 90 km. So if it gets underneath your row covers or different things that you're going to be protecting from wind, you want to make sure you got them secured. So I have a lot of these bricks, so I will be setting up something here to protect my onions from that. My winter sowing jugs are something else that I need to protect because they are starting to sprout. There's lots of little green life showing up in most of my jugs here. I'll zoom in on a few just to show you. But again, if we get those temperatures dropping below zero, some of those little delicate plants in there could freeze. So I will likely be just throwing a blanket over top of these jugs just to keep them safe from that cold. Right now I'm concerned about them getting too hot tomorrow when it's turning 28 degrees, and I don't want to have to rip open all these jugs. So I may just move these into a shaded area tomorrow so that they don't get too overheated, and then prepare them for the coming cold. So it's been a kind of a rocky road for winter sowing this spring, just with the extreme temperatures. The success rate so far on germination is about 90% right now, but we'll see what happens here in the next week. So this morning I was working hard to get my carrots ready for planting, or get my containers ready for planting. And as you can see, I have something very odd on top of my carrots. I haven't planted my carrots yet, but I am trying to protect these containers from my cats. I have a cat that really loves loose soil, similar to what a carrot likes, but for different reasons. And as soon as Ashes is out here with me, as soon as I start digging through the dirt, he immediately wants to use this as his litter box. So I am protecting these from that this afternoon till I can get them planted. And I just wanted to show you these because these are some of those privacy screens. You can see them on Amazon. I had these on my deck for a while to kind of protect from the wind, and these make wonderful wind barriers in your garden. So what I did with these last spring, once I planted my tomatoes, is I set these up at the end of my raised garden bed where I had the tomatoes. It let minimal wind through. It really protected my tomatoes from wind damage, because sometimes when you first get them into the garden, they're pretty wimpy and weak. And of course, on the prairies, we get the high winds throughout the spring. And it was just a good way to keep them kind of protected. They still got sunlight, but the wind damage on them was very minimal. So they're kind of an expensive wind barrier just for that purpose, but it was just a great way to repurpose something and make use of it in my garden. So hey guys, I just want to share with you some exciting news. I have just released my cold climate pest control guide. So if you're out in your garden and you notice something has been nibbling away at your plants and you're not sure what it is or how to remedy it in an organic manner, then this guide is for you. So this is a 38-page in-depth guide that comes with photos to help you identify those pests, different remedies that are all organic, recipes that you can make yourself to help control pests, along with a whole companion planting reference guide. All of this will help you right now in the spring, all throughout the season, to help control those pests. So there are two ways to get my guide. You can purchase it for $19 Canadian. The link is in the description box below. Or if you want to join my Seed to Harvest 365 membership, which is inside my school community, this guide is included in that membership. So just check out those links in the description box below. That'll get you more information on my cold climate pest control guide, as well as the Seed to Harvest membership inside our community. Okay, let's get back to the video. So something else that I'm working on, another project that I can continue with even though we're heading into some bad weather, is setting up some grow bags. And I just received these. These are Vivosun brand 15-gallon grow bags that I got off of Amazon. I'll leave the link below. I really like their product. I have used their grow bags in the past, and as you can see, the quality of them is really good. They have really good stitching on these handles. There is these little eyelets here. I'm not sure what you could do with them. I guess that's if you needed to put some kind of a trellising system or something. But I haven't used that before, but that's good to see. And as I said, these are 15 gallons. So I just want to give you a visual what these look like. So they're fairly big. And my plan is to plant up some potatoes in a couple of these. So that's something I can do today. They'll be fine under the soil. They won't be, sprouting anytime soon. And again, with these great heavy-duty handles, I can pick this up and move it around out of the wind, out of, harm's way if they're in the wrong place or something. So that's what I love about grow bags, is they're very flexible. And the 15-gallon size is a good one for potatoes. I probably will be using a couple of these for some of my determinate variety tomatoes. So I'm anxious to get a couple of these filled up. Normally what I do to fill these up is I take them to my repurposed soil pile, which is located in a little kiddie pool where I dump potting soil out of pots and different things, and fill about a third of it with that soil, and then I can just fill it up with some good quality mix that I make myself with aged manure, peat moss, and perlite. And then this will be ready for planting for some potatoes. So I'm just going to take you over to the tender annuals that we got going, and this is my 100 plus tomatoes that I uppotted into solo cups from the Seedling Snails. I made a video of this last week that you may have seen, or you may want to check it out. So this has been a really great setup here. I just got everything pushed right to the doorway of my garage so I can open it up. The wind has been working in my favor so far. They're getting nice breeze here that's helping to strengthen them up. And within the next hour here, they're going to be getting a lot of sunshine right up until sunset. So it's working out really well, and I don't have to move them in and out. When the windstorm hits here in the next day or two, if it's bad, I can just close this up and keep them protected that way. I also got all my peppers here that I did in Seedling Snails, and now I have potted them all up, and what I've done is just left one in the snail just to use it as a container. This will probably be one that I will put into my garden, and then I got them into different pots, cups, so that I can share them with friends and family. Some of the things I forgot to plant or that failed in my winter sowing jugs. I had cosmos going in winter sowing jugs. They got frozen. Forgot about basil, so I got some started. Also forgot about my watermelon and cantaloupe, something I should have had started, but I have a plan for these. I'll show you the little mini greenhouse that I plan to set these up in that'll hopefully keep them super warm, give them that high heat that melons need to really thrive. I haven't had very good luck with melons in my garden, probably because of temperatures. So I'm hoping this mini greenhouse that I'm going to be using will maybe get me to a successful harvest of melons this year. So I have planted up tons of flowers that I am going to be setting up in various pots around my yard. Right now I'm just kind of hardening them off here in this little mini greenhouse. This is the one that I want to use for my melons once these guys are out of here. So this is something that you can do now, even though temperatures are going to get cold. You can start up. I'll try to open this up so you can see. Got it weighed down with different things, but I've already planted up some of my containers with impatiens, and these are pansies. These are different flowers that are going to go into pots around my yard. Once they're in there, and I can move them in and out if the temperatures get too extreme at night. But most of these are cool tolerant, so hoping that there isn't a lot of movement going on. But again, getting these pots set up now should be okay, as long as you can be prepared to keep them safe. So we are at the morning now of the beginning of what is supposed to be really unsettled weather. They're predicting the high winds today, heavy rains. We had a beautiful rain throughout the night. The wind hasn't gotten too crazy, so this is a great opportunity to bring my plants outside and do a little more hardening off before I need to tuck them away safely over the weekend when it turns cold and miserable. These got a nice little rain this morning. They're getting a little bit of wind just to strengthen them up. So this is working out really well. So guys, I hope you enjoyed watching my video today, how I'm just prepping my garden for the outdoor season. We are heading into the May long weekend, and even though we can't plant a lot of things that we may usually do in other years, there's still lots of time. There's still lots of chores that I can do throughout the weekend despite the cold. And all these seedlings are getting a really nice breath of fresh air today and getting some hardening off done. And hopefully in another 7 to 10 days, they'll be going into my garden. So what are your plans for the May long weekend? Are you going to be planting out all of your garden, all of your tender seedlings? Is it warm where you are? Or are you going through a cold spell like I am here on the Saskatchewan prairies? Let me know in the comments. So be sure to check out the pest control ebook. I have the link in the description box below. And if you aren't already part of my gardening community on the school platform, then please check it out. We would love to see you there. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.